My name's Margarita Venegas, and I'm the Director of Strategic Communications with the Division of Finance and Administration. So that is a very long title. Basically, I help guide all of our kind of communication assets within the division, which includes all of our back-end service areas. So transportation and parking, police, facilities. I help with external and internal communication guidance.
What are some of the challenges you face on your day-to-day job?
So a lot of the challenges that we face here in our division is that, we're not forward facing like students are going to class every day. So they see professors every day, so it's easy for them to understand what's expected and needed of them. But for example, with like parking and transportation, it's a little bit harder for them to understand the needs of what's expected, why they have to pay, those kinds of things. So every year we're having to kind of educate a whole new crop of students about what it is that they need to do, why they need to do it. So it's like every year we're having to kind of push forward exactly the same messaging that we had in years past, and then continue to educate the community that we have here about what we're doing and why we do it.
So through your messaging, how do you broadcast that to people who can't connect face-to-face with you to talk about this topic?
Sure. So, we do a lot of different things to outreach to our community. Of course, we have the basic things like our website where we have our information and social media and all of our areas that have most of our forward-facing, so transportation and parking, facilities, police, emergency management. All of those have Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. But then we also do things like presentation because we know it's important to take our information out to the community, and it's important to get our message in front of students in areas where they're at, so like the library, mall, and different things like that.
One of the topics that is most talked about by students is the parking at UNT. Would UNT Transportation and Services be open to expanding more parking closer to the main building students are attending to?
So as much parking as we have available that's close to campus is available right now. The problem is that UNT is pretty landlocked, right? So what we find is that, parking isn't available where students want it the most. So that's by the CVAD building, by the union. So then it becomes the job is on us to promote the other ways that you can navigate campus, which is mainly through transportation. And the reality is that we are living in Texas where people aren't used to using the bus system, right? It's not like we're living in New York City or New Jersey where if we were there, people could easily navigate public transit because they've been using it for a while. So it's on us to have people understand how to read a bus schedule and how to use that to be an empowering tool. I think oftentimes students feel like they're empowered if they're in their car because they're in charge of their destination. But what we see is that they're complaining because they're driving around for an hour or 2 hours, and that's not an empowering feeling. So what we want is for them to be able to get to a location quickly and see that they can take a bus ride that gets them to where they need to be within 15, 20 minutes, and how that can change the script so that they're empowered by using different methods.
Going off your bus system now, are y'all looking to extend the range UNT buses are taking?
So right now, we've got a pretty good expansion within campus itself. So we've got 3 bus routes that run from Lot 20, for example. So we've got the Parking Express bus route that runs every 15 to 20 minutes from Lot 20 to the Highland Street Garage. We've got the Mean Green that runs a whole route around the perimeter of UNT, so it takes about 30 minutes. And then we've got the Academic Circulator that runs about every 9 minutes between Lot 20 and the Life Science Building, Hurley Building area. So we're kind of doing what we can to really give people as many options as possible. Where we see a need for bus route expansion is off campus, right? Where there's more and more apartment buildings being built further and further away from UNT. So each year we try and do as much kind of interaction and partnership with DCTA, our bus transit partners, to see what they can do to give us the most use for our money, so that we can see how much we can expand our bus routes.
Well, thank you so much for doing this interview.
Yeah, absolutely.